Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another edition of Vinyl Thoughts. Today we are going to be jumping into another one of my biggest collections of one particular artist. So last time I devoted 2 videos going through my Anthrax collection. This time I want to talk about another band that I have a lot of shit from, but I'm going to try to do it all in one this time. I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit. Today we're going to be talking about, you should already know, another one of my favorite bands of all time, Suicidal Tendencies. Only today I'm going to be talking about the collection from newest to oldest. I'm going to kind of build up to the older shit. So let's just get started. First up, we got the album Still Psycho Punk After All These Years. This came out in 2018, I believe, and it's a pretty solid and fun album. It actually is just kind of a re-recording of an older Mike Muir solo album, but you get to hear Dave Lombardo on drums. It's pretty cool. And then this one I have on the purple vinyl. So that's pretty cool. There you go. So Still Psycho Punk After All These Years. Next up, we got the Get Your Fight On EP. I believe this was also in 2018, beginning of 2018. And this is just an EP that's got, some different sort of versions of Get Your Fight On with different instrumentations and shit. And then a couple, I think, re-recordings and other tracks. Once again, if you're a fan of Suicidal Tendencies, you're going to enjoy this. Let's see which vinyl this one is. This one is the sort of goldish vinyl here. There you go. Another cool release from the ST Boys. Up next, we got the 2016 album World Gone Mad, the last actual proper full-length Suicidal Tendencies album, and it's a fucking great album. I already did an album ranking, so if you want to go watch that, I'll put a link to that down below and at the end of the video so you can see kind of how I stack up all this shit. But this is a very solid album, and the first one with Mr. Dave Lombardo on drums. This is also a colored vinyl. Let's see what we got here. This is the blue, which I think, it's weird to say something is first pressing when something was made just a few years ago, but this was pre-ordered, and so this came out, I got this right when it came out, so I guess this is the first pressing. Talk to me again in 20 years and I'll be like, yeah, I got a first pressing of that album. Next up is the 2013 album called 13. This is a pretty fucking great album too. This is normally I'm not really big into picture discs. They're cool and all, but usually the sound quality isn't as good. But this is the only vinyl version of 13. So of course I got it. But I guess you could have just seen it through the fucking clear bag. But there you go, 13. All right, so I don't have Free Your Soul, Save My Mind, or Freedom on vinyl, simply because they weren't released on vinyl. So we'll head back a little bit further to the 1994 album, Suicidal for Life. I ended up finding this one at a record convention because it's not easy to come by. They didn't press a lot, and a lot of times it's pretty expensive. But I actually really like this album. Even though I guess in hindsight, it seems to be regarded as a not very good one, but I don't know. Nothing fancy here, just an Epic Records release from 1994. Fucking great album. If you don't know it, go check it out. It was the last one with Rob Trujillo on bass, and Mike Clark and Rocky George, also the last one for them. Well, no, never mind. I think Mike Clark played on the next album. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Now let's jump back to 1992, The Art of Rebellion. So once again, like I said in the Anthrax collection video, I try my best to get originals and not represses of albums. That doesn't necessarily mean first pressings. I just like to get them from the year that they came out. And this is one of those. It's a European pressing of it. This one actually has a little inner sleeve with some pics of the dudes in there, and then some lyrics. This is another album that's kind of divisive with fans, but I totally love it. I love the experimental side of Mike Muir and Suicidal Tendencies, so this is one of my favorites. All right, now that we're going to get into things where there's multiple releases kind of around the same album, I'm going to kind of go in the order that I think that they would have come out in. So this one right here, Lights, Camera, Conversation. This is actually a compilation album that also has an interview with Mike Muir. So yeah, if you look there, you know, it's got tracks from their different albums, but it also has a lot of, you know, Mike Muir talking, which if you're a Suicidal fan, you probably enjoy hearing Mike Muir talking because he likes to do that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool release. Obviously, all the songs, except for one live one, are on, you know, other albums, but there you go, released by Epic Records. I'm assuming this was probably something for like a radio promotion or something like that, but you know, years and years go past and you find these little nuggets on Discogs. That's my little hint. I know a lot of you probably think that you need to go find these by digging in a crate, but you know, we got the internet, folks. Use it. Up next, also from 1990, is the Send Me Your Money 12-inch single, which is obviously for the song Send Me Your Money. You know, and it's got that, and it's got You Can't Bring Me Down. It's got Waking the Dead from this album, but it also has a song called Don't Give Me Your Nothing, which is not released on a Suicidal album. I think later on it is, but for this particular recording, it's exclusive to this single. I'm sure you could probably find it somewhere else, but it's pretty cool that it's on here. So there you go, Epic Records. So yeah, a cool single from Suicidal. We got more of those. And then of course we have the album related to both of those, Lights, Camera, Revolution from 1990. Fucking killer album. I don't need to talk about it anymore. It's fucking great. All sorts of fucking killer songs on this. So here you go. Yeah. Oh, no. Epic Records. I think I talked about this album on my top 10 of 1990. So, you know, we can move on from here. Moving back 1 year to 1989. Controlled by Hatred. Feel Like Shit, Deja Vu, which is kind of I guess you would call it a double EP, but you put two EPs together, and what do you got? It's an album. And some of it is re-recorded songs from No Mercy, which No Mercy was a project that Mike Muir and Mike Clark did before Mike Clark joined Suicidal. But it's, you know, the Suicidal take on the songs. Plus you've got, you know, like Waking the Dead and some other originals that are on here also. And then like a weird acoustic version of How Will I Laugh Tomorrow, where even like the thrashy part is done with acoustic guitars. I'm sure you've heard it. But yeah, once again, just kind of your vanilla Epic release, except for this one. Side A is called A, and side B is called Double A. How clever is that? So yeah, there you go. Two things I would like to stop saying so much. So yeah, and there you go. Anyway, all of these things that I seem to say a lot. I'm trying to stop, or we don't stop, and that becomes the old head drinking game. I'll make up some rules, but you know, if you got beers or liquor around you, you do a shot or a drink every time I say, so yeah, there you go, anyway, yeah, so yeah, drink. Moving back one more year to 1988. How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today? Oh God, this album is such a classic. Everything down to the album cover, classic album cover. This is the first one with Mike Clark on guitar and songwriting duties, and it's the first, I don't know, it's the first one that really they become the Suicidal that kind of everybody knows now, you know, for better or worse, depending on your opinion. But so there you go, cool little inner there with the dudes, and then some lyrics and some more pics of the dudes. I like how they look kind of like yearbook photos. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it's funny if they were. And then, yeah, once again, there you go. Epic. Nothing special here. Side 1, side 2. So, yeah, there you go. Also from 1988, the Trip at the Brain 12-inch single. I love 12-inch singles. Cool artwork with the the brain on the grill, like from the music video. So this one just has 2 songs. It just has Trip at the Brain and Suicidal. And once again, this is going to be another very vanilla looking Epic record. I don't think Epic was really big on like doing different labels. They were very big on like, we're Epic, you will show our logo on your vinyl. So yeah, there you go. Okay, moving backward to 1987. Isn't it so fucking crazy that all these albums came out basically 1 year apart from each other, and they're all fucking amazing. Anyway, so 87, Join the Army. This is like Suicidal getting a little bit more metallic after their hardcore punk kind of thing. But a lot of people point out that Mike Muir's vocals sound kind of weird, like he's doing some sort of weird Lemmy impression the whole time, but it's got fucking classic fucking songs. Look at that shit. Look at that fucking cool back artwork right there too. Yeah. And then we got a printed inner with a fucking collage. What do I always say? You're not a proper thrash metal band if you do not have a collage on at least one of your albums. And then some lyrics. And then this one right here, bam. Oops, sorry. Well, one of these is going to be the right way around. There you go. Not on Epic, so it does not have the Epic label, but it's still a pretty fucking basic release. So yeah, anyway, Join the Army. Staying here in 1987 for a little bit, we got the Possessed to Skate. I guess this would be, it's still a fucking 12-inch single. I think this one's actually referred to as an EP, but I mean, it's got 3 tracks on it. You've got Possessed to Skate on side 1, Human Guinea Pig, and Two Wrongs Don't Make a Right on side 2. So you get some cool pics on the back there. And then this is also, it's Caroline Records, not they weren't on Epic at this point. So yeah, there you go. Interesting sort of Metal Blade-ish looking thing right there. Was this Metal Blade? It's weird that they would do that. Maybe it was distributed by Metal Blade. This is where you guys come in and you tell me. Caroline Records is not related to Metal Blade as far as I know, but maybe it was distributed by them. Anyway, hey, you learn something new every day, or I didn't learn anything at all. So yeah, there you go. All right, so my last 2, I actually already did a video over a year ago talking about both of these. So we're talking about the debut album Suicidal Tendencies from 1983. This one right here, because there's already a video about it, I'm going to go kind of quick. This one right here is a repressing, and this one is on pink vinyl, which is pretty fucking sweet. It's like pink marbled. Can you see the marbled part in the video? I hope you can. Anyway, so there's that one. And then we've got my pride and joy, a first pressing of the first Suicidal Tendencies album. Couple ways you can tell. There's no barcode on it, but I verified all of the numbers and shit. But I mean, I got 2 copies of this one, mostly because I wanted a first pressing because I just fucking love this album. And I talked a bit about how I feel about albums like this when I talked about the DRI album very recently, about how these albums just they sound so pure and I don't know, of a time where this kind of sound can't be done the same way ever again. And yeah, it's an amazing debut album, and Suicidal Tendencies is an amazing band, still putting out amazing shit today. I'm really hoping that pretty soon, I mean, I don't know how things are going to go with lockdown, but I would love to hear a Suicidal Tendencies album with Dave Lombardo on drums, but now also with Ben Wyman from the Dillinger Escape Plan, because he's been playing with them as a live guitar player. And I'm like, man, if he came in for the songwriting and the album recording, I don't know, that sounds like it would be pretty fucking cool. Either way, I would just love to get some more Suicidal Tendencies sometime soon. They're clearly not done, so we'll just have to wait for all of this weird COVID shit to blow over. And like I've said before, if you're watching this way in the future, how did everything turn out? We still alive? Anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully, I don't know how long I mean, there's going to be edits, but I don't know how long. Hopefully this is under 20 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed me going through my Suicidal Tendencies collection. Let me know what you think down below. And I'll be back, in a little while with another one of my collections. There's only a few bands that I have this much stuff of them English words. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you all again very soon.